Nothing can help you now. Your own systems have been corrupted and turned against you. They're going to devour you from the inside out, and I will absorb what scraps are left of you, eternity. And all will be as it was long ago, before your foul kind, before multiverses, eighth and seventh and sixth and fifth and back, dying and being reborn over and over like filthy little organisms. We'll return to a saner time when there was but one cosmos, there was one universe, just one reality, one totality, when there was only I. I am the first firmament, and soon I will be the last. Love and hate, order and chaos, now and then. Marvel likes to personify various ideas, concepts, and aspects of reality, giving them sentience, with the ability to manifest physically, creating beings that are the embodiments of these ideas and concepts. They're born, they live, they think, they have desires, they feel emotions, they die. Each of these beings are a facet of eternity, who is, for all intents and purposes, the embodiment of their entire universe. In the Marvel multiverse, there are countless universes, and each universe has their own eternity. And each of these eternities are but a small facet of the true eternity, the multiversal eternity, the embodiment of all that exists. But there has not always been a multiverse, and eternity has not always been the embodiment of everything. The first iteration of the Marvel cosmos was but a single universe, embodied by a being known as the First Firmament. The First Firmament was all that existed. He was alone, and this weighed heavily on him. So, to deal with this loneliness, he created life, celestial beings, and these beings worshipped him, they were devoted to him, and in order to gain his favor, they created their own life. He was pleased, and he called them the aspirants. But there were others, these multicolored beings who, unlike the aspirants, were not devoted. They did not worship him, they wanted independence, and when they created life, instead of seeking his praise, they simply wanted their creations to be able to evolve, and they wanted the universe to evolve with them. They wanted them to know growth, change, and mortality. And these differing views led to a civil war, the Celestial War, a war that was waged until finally the Celestials developed a weapon of unthinkable power, and upon its detonation, the first firmament was shattered and countless universes split off from his pure substance. And in order to save what remained of himself, to preserve his uniqueness, with the remaining aspirants inside of him, he fled to the far shore, a place that exists at the very edges of being. From the far shore, the First Firmament watched as all the new universes coalesced, forming a new collective entity, the second cosmos, but the first multiverse. He watched as the Celestials colonized the second cosmos and created life forms that they called the Omegas, in direct opposition to the Alpha that he was. He watched as they lived, he watched as they died. He watched the multiverse end, but the death of one multiverse is only the birth of another. He grew furious as the multiverses were reborn over and over again, evolving with each iteration. However, in the void, he grew stronger. He viewed himself as superior to the multiverse because he was a single, unbroken unit. And over the countless years of witnessing the constant death and rebirth of all that is, he acquired a weapon that was alien to eternity: hate. And this hate gave him patience. The patience needed to sit back and wait for the right moment. His opportunity came when the seventh iteration of the Marvel Cosmos ended during the early years of the eighth. Eternity was weak enough to be captured and put into chains, so he made his move. And while he was able to capture Eternity, he could not kill him, so instead he chose to infect him, and sent his aspirants into Eternity to corrupt him from within. Master Order and Lord Chaos became corrupted, influenced by the First Firmament, and they killed the Living Tribunal before merging into the being Logos and replacing him. Logos then went on to kill all the remaining Celestials, as well as forcing Galactus to revert back to his form as a devourer. However, this process was quickly reversed because the Anti-Man, who had been the herald of the Lifebringer Galactus, sacrificed his life by giving the power he had gained from Galactus back to Galactus, which turned him back into the Lifebringer. To fight Logos and the Aspirants, Galactus formed the Eternity Watch, which consisted of Galactus, Ego Prime, Psyhawk, the Infinite, and the Ghost of the Shaper of Worlds, and together they attacked them in the Superflow. While they were fighting, the Maker attempted to make Eternity more powerful by using the DNA of the Aspirants to destroy the Superflow, the space between universes, allowing the entire multiverse to become one. However, all this did was make it easier for the First Firmament to begin absorbing Eternity. This process was reversed by the Eternals from Earth 616 and Earth 1610, and this caused the First Firmament to be ejected from Eternity, and granting Eternity enough power to break his chains. And while the Eternity Watch fought and eventually defeated Logos and the Aspirants, Eternity summoned the embodiments of the second, third, fifth, and sixth iterations of the Marvel Cosmos, as well as Infinity from the seventh, and together they were able to defeat and chain the First Firmament before bringing him back to the next place in hopes that he could be rehabilitated. And I guess that's pretty much all we've got for this video. I mean, it's not much you can say about a guy that's only been in a handful of comics, and considering, that he is the embodiment of all that existed, there's really no need to explain his powers, because if you know anything about the way the abstract beings work, then you should already understand what he's capable of. I mean, he's clearly immensely powerful, being the embodiment of the very first Marvel Cosmos. But yeah, that's all we've got for this video. So if you enjoyed the video, click on like and let me know. Leave a comment. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.